Hey guys, welcome to another video, and today we are starting raid week. So what I want to do is get the raid stuff done as quickly as possible, try to do as many raids as possible today, and we are going to start off as normal, and we are just going to run the hard quest. At first, I think that's the easiest thing to do because we will get 10. We will get one raid stack per run of the hard quest. So I just want to come in here and double check. I am very close to maxing Venera, so I do have 2 for today. So I'm just gonna run all my usual hard quests. Alright, so we've run all our hard quests and we only have 9 encounters. Let me actually double check that all the hard quests are done. Yes, they are. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into a random story level and I'm going to use skip tickets. Sure, I only have 12 energy, so I'll just use that 12 energy. And I just want to get the last encounter, and here it is. So, as I kind of mentioned before, my goal is to get these first few done as quickly as possible. You don't really have to think about them all that much. So what I'm going to do, let me just back out of this because sometimes it errors out. So what I'm going to do is, okay, so let's just double check our bonus units. So we got, basically our newest units. We have our wind units. Actually, I didn't realize we did have Oldoa, but she's in there as medium. And then Dario as the, you also have the fire team. I think the fire team is for the rare raid. But since Garbo is our highest unit and these raids are going to be easy, let's just go ahead and pick Garbo for this one. And if I was you, I would just pick whichever, if I have any of those units, I would just pick whichever one I have. And so there's 2 different things you can do here. You can go into solo play, pick that highest unit of yours. So for me, I would pick Garbo, go into solo play, and make a team. Just make any team, it doesn't matter, make a team. So the other option is to go here into 4-player mode. So let's go back actually. If we check rewards here, here's the rewards for challenger rewards. For solo, you can see level 1 is 50, 50, 2000, etc. But if we go to quartet, it's 65, 65, 2000. So all level 20, 40, 60, 80, and 99, they'll always be the same. But if you do quartet for all the other ones, you get a slight bonus on top of the bonus from whatever character you pick. So I think that's just for challenger rewards. I could be wrong. So we got 30 and 30 victory rewards. I guess those should be the same. No, actually you get more medals. So it's actually better to go into quartet mode. So that's what I'm gonna do. What I'll do is I'll just start with only Garble. I'll create a quartet room. And you want to do these quartet rooms on your own. You don't want to try to invite people because it's just going to take you longer to do that. I just want to make sure to set up some kind of team. I'm just going to go with dark team, whatever. It's just going to be Garbo for this. So that's the Esper that I have him on. And, he's got the right equipment, whatever. He's got a magic vision card. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to run this on auto. And it doesn't even matter. So I'm totally expecting to win this. Because the raid boss is just going to have like a low amount of HP at this point. So it doesn't even matter. See, I'm already done. He just came in and one-shot him, basically. It was a 2-hit attack, but it was a one-shot. So I still have 20 turns left after that. Right, so my goal is to just keep doing this. I'll probably be able to do the first 10 without any kind of issue. And then just fly through them as quickly as you can. I get it that you're kind of taking away, some of you are, you know, enjoying the game and playing, but there's going to be plenty of that to do as you get your way to level 100. So here we are, we're going to start number 2 really quickly. I don't even have to look at this. So basically my idea is for the first part, you just want to run auto, just run auto. So for right now, we're going to do solo. And at a certain point, we're not going to be able to do solo anymore. So, or should I say quartet? We're not going to be able to do quartet anymore. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is going back to solo and making a team of 4, right? And then it's going to be a team that kind of works well with Garvel. I may throw him on the win team with Howlet and whatever, but that's something I'll have to figure out when I get to that point, right? But for right now, I'm just going to keep doing my quartets until I see that, you know, I'm getting really close to using up all 20 of those turns. Or maybe if I die, if Garble ends up dying, then I'll probably, right now Garble's not even maxed at whatever level I have him on, so I still have some room to, you know, level him up, throw some experience cubes onto him, and do stuff like that. So let's just keep going. And actually, my dark gloves are not even, they're still the +3 that you get for free. So I still have to upgrade that. I'll level them up, and as we keep going further, we'll just make adjustments. So let's keep going here. We're going to go into quartet, and you're just going to run it. So for the next until level 10, I'm just going to run it, and I'll fast forward through that for you guys. Alright guys, and we're back here. We have just completed level 10. There's no other thing in the stack right now. So I've made a few observations. It looks like after maybe like level 4 or 5, Garble decided to start attacking those elementals. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to just upgrade him now, because it looks like the AI probably thinks it can't do enough damage to Golem, so it starts attacking the other stuff. I'm not entirely familiar with all of Garble's moves, but I want to make sure that I have all his moves unlocked, because he may have an AoE that I'm not aware of. He does have an AoE, but I guess it's not really lining up. So we're doing okay. We're still doing okay. I think we're able to complete it within 14 turns, but the thing that worries me is that he's going to keep going after the elementals, so it might actually be, you know, it might actually take us to the 2-shot range once he, you know, is not able to do enough damage fast enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at his, I'm going to check a few things actually. I'm going to just kind of make sure I level him up. That's going to be one thing. I'm just going to feed him cubes. Usually I wait till the very last minute possible before I start feeding my units cubes, because I really don't want to waste them unless I really need to. So I'll probably bring him to maybe just there and sort of work with that for now. I want to double check his Esper Resonance, so now that actually gives me the rest of his shards from the bingo board. I want to double check his Esper Resonance. I'm not entirely sure if he's maxed on that. Okay, so he's definitely maxed on that. And I want to go into his ability board because I think I forgot to maybe do the last few abilities. And I just want to make sure any stats are definitely unlocked, especially Dex and Luck, because you don't want to miss your attacks. That's terrible. So I'm actually looking at his attacks. One is called Rejuvenation, which doesn't seem to be an attack, so I won't prioritize that. Barrier is another not attack. Large damage, let's turn that on. I'm not sure if that's a cast ability or if that's just a regular ability. Cast speed 0. Okay, so that's good. Twin Chi Rapture, that sounds like an amazing attack. So let's unlock that. Detonation Blast, that sounds like another. So I actually forgot to unlock a lot of his stuff. We don't really need Asuna. Magic Reflex. So that's another thing. I want to make sure, since Golem is, rock type or earth type, he's probably physical. I'm going to assume the elementals are also physical because I saw them doing stone, but that actually might be magic. So what I'm trying to say with that is I know one of his attacks is a physical reflex, and which is this one right here. So I will probably equip that. If I find that that's not really triggering off of the elementals, I think he has chance of taking reduced damage. I think this is the one. So that's already hit. That's already up to level 15. He's got magic reflex here. It looks like my game is lagging, but I will probably get this to level 15 at least. And depending on what I find myself using, I will probably max that to level 20. But for right now, my goal is to get everything to level 15, all that new stuff that I unlocked. And I may need to fast forward this part if this keeps lagging on me. Okay, there we go. And here I actually forgot this batch enhancement exists, so I will probably just do this from here. I don't know if I'm able to check the ability effects from here, but I guess I'll get everything to 15 and kind of work from there. And it actually does keep track of how much JP you're using there on the bottom left. So thankfully we have a lot. Thankfully the first 15 levels don't really... Okay, so Jamming Thrust I might leave alone. Maybe I'll just bring it to 10. Earth Render, Pain. Twin Chi Rapture. Detonation Blast already 16. Spirit Breaking Pain. That sounds very amazing. So I'll leave everything at 15 for right now. Looks like everything went through. And as I see which moves he uses, I will try to adjust accordingly. Raise his magic. I probably want to raise that as high as possible. Raise his magic. Raise his magic. So I'm not sure if Hyper Vitality might be the way to go, but I guess that's something I'll have to figure out. Mage's Protection. Hyper Reactivity is physical. Damage in general, and magic. So we're gonna equip the physical one, Hyper Reactivity, and then I may be wrong on that, but and then the other thing is I want to equip the ones that are gonna raise his magic. So I guess we'll try out the Hyper Vitality, and then I think that should be it. So I raised his levels, I raised his skills, and his Esper Resonance should be good. And I believe oh, actually it's not. So I want to just make sure to raise this to 80, just to get the max stats out of it. So I actually don't have, I mostly have the extra large. So let's see. Okay, so I'll just do that. Okay. I believe he should be maxed in terms of magic and magic attack. Fire Eater, I don't think there's anything here that's going to help us against Golem. So we could pretty much just leave that alone. Man Eater is not going to help for right now. It might help for PvP, but for this right now, it's not going to help. So we're just going to leave the rest of this alone. We have the max stats for this, so that's good. And then from here on out, like, all I want to do is get my, stack 10 more so I could go through them as quickly as possible. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm just going to run my chambers here. So I just want to stack another 10, get those done as quickly as possible, and then get the chambers done as quickly as possible, and then do my 10 raids as quickly as possible. And the reason I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible is because since today is the first day, I don't know if I already said this before, since today is the first day, you won't be using energy for your first maybe 20, maybe 30. So you want to get to the point where you're actually using energy so that you're not restricted by energy. So if you don't do it today, you're going to lose out on any refreshes of energy from today. So you want to just keep going today as much as you can. I know we have work and all that stuff, school, but you want to do it as much as you can today so that you're not restricted as much by energy in the following days. So you want to try to just get this done, get to level 100 as quickly as possible so that you can make the most use of your energy. Alright, so that being said, I'm just going to run my chambers for right now and see where that leaves me in terms of encounters. I'm guessing it's going to bring us pretty close, but I'm just going to use a potion right here. I'm guessing it's going to bring us pretty close to 10 encounters, and if not, I'll just do skip tickets like I did before, just to add that 10th encounter, get to that 10th encounter. Alright, so I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to fast forward through all this manual stuff here. Alright, and we're back here with 10 encounters. I didn't have to use any extra skip tickets. So one thing I actually forgot to do was to check the dark gloves, since I'm still at a +3, and actually I think they were actually not even magic. So what I'm gonna do is see if that's the case, and then see if I have enough stuff to, yeah, they're critical. See if I have enough stuff to awaken this, or to upgrade this, and then awaken it to level 40. So bear with me for 1 second. Okay, so looks like I only have enough for level 30. For level 20, I think we should at least try to get it to level 30. And what I'll do is I'll try to use some books to get the remaining amounts. As much as I don't really like to do this offhand like this, I think I don't really have much of a choice. So let's do like 10 of each, I guess. I don't know. I think all we needed was 50 more to get to level 3-star, level 30. So that'll at least bring us back to the same level as our other glove, and we'll also have the +8 magic attack. And hopefully the magic stat here, we actually get a good roll. So let's see what happens with that. I'm not going to use any seals regardless. Okay, so 54. I believe that's actually higher than the other one, but you guys can rewind the video and double check that for me. Okay, so now we actually have that equipped to Garble, or we will have to equip that to Garble, and now we should be able to go back up here and see if he does just as good as he was doing, and hopefully a little bit better. So let's hop into that again, into the quartet mode. Okay, so it looks like I wasn't really looking at it, but it looks like I must have encountered a rare raid. I believe that's a Tomberry. So we'll probably, I think for right now, since it's just a level 1, I'll probably just run through that. So from the last raid, what it seemed is every time you encounter one randomly, it resets the pity completely. So I don't think I reached pity. I think I just encountered one, and it's gonna reset the pity. So that's just something we'll do. It looks like he has changed up what he's doing. Instead of attacking Golem first and then the elementals, he's actually attacking the elementals. Okay, so that's actually pretty good that he sort of lined up an AoE attack, but it looks like he does have enough turns here to be able to finish off Golem. So we'll see if this keeps working. But my prediction is pretty soon we might have to actually either go back to a full team and use solo mode, or maybe switch to Howlet and see if he does better. I believe Howlet might actually do better because of the wind type, but we shall have to see. So we have 9 turns and about maybe 3 more turns left of damage. So we may be able to make it. Oh, so that's another thing. He's got buffs. So we may be able to make it to maybe level 15 or so. Maybe not even that far. But once we get to the point where it takes us 2 runs, I'm actually going to try to do the 2 runs. I'm not going to just predict, oh, next run is going to be the worst one. I'll just do the 2 runs, because at this point, wasting 1 energy is not that bad. Then I'll switch to Howlet and see if he can take it further on his own. If not, I'm going to go back to the solo full team and run it like that. And hopefully we could at least get through level 20 without a problem. Okay, so actually we have the rare encounter here. Let me just double check the bonus units. So we have Ziza. Ziza's dark, which is kind of, I don't know why she's in there. These are such random. So before Tomberry used to be weak to ice, or am I wrong on that? I don't know. But it looks like he's ice type now, if that wasn't the case before. So I'm probably just gonna go with Garvel, but obviously a fire type would be good. I have plenty of fire types, so maybe Rain is probably the best choice for that. And actually, I believe the Cactuar was weak to fire, so I think they must have changed it. Alright, so I'm just gonna go in with Garvel, just because I just want to do it as fast as possible. I don't think a level 1 is going to be that bad, so I'll just do it. And thankfully Garvel has some range attacks here, so he's going to do that. Okay, that's fine. It looks like there's only 2 elementals on this. Too obvious. And why do I have the feeling I'm going to get like insta-killed by the Tomberry? Oh, okay, that wasn't too bad. So the next few, I'll just run them. I'll just fast forward through them, and if I end up 2-shotting one of them, I'll come back for that. Okay, so it looks like we actually did hit 2-shot range here at level 15. One complete huge oversight I did was I forgot to max out Garvel's Brave and Faith, so that's going to be something that I have to work on after this. But for right now, what I'm going to do is actually just switch to Howlet. However, before I do that, I actually have to take a break, so I will just take a break for right now, and then I'll come back with the Howlet runs.